Your identification and your acknowledgement of what it means to be loved has been distorted by society. It's been distorted so much to the point where you're taking someone's verbal actions, their words, I love you, I care about you, I'm going to be here for you. You're taking that as fact. And not only that, you're inflating those words so much to where their actions don't mean as much. And also, what's distorted is we don't even understand what love really means. We weren't cared for the way properly by parents, and we weren't properly cared for by friends and the people that we've known in the past. So we have some concept of love. We watched the Disney movies, we've watched the rom-coms. So we have some concept generally of it, but what does it really mean to be loved? And when someone's verbalizing that they love you, that is an expression of intent, that they intend, that they have the feeling of loving you. But loving someone and loving yourself is so much deeper than that because it's also about action being taken. And not only just an action being taken, the proper action being taken that actually aligns with what we need for ourselves. Because we can say, someone else can say, I love you, or I love this. But if you don't take care of it properly and the way it needs to be taken care of, it doesn't matter. Someone could say that they love their dog or love their cat, but if you're not giving it the proper food, you're not giving it water, you're not giving it love and attention, a safe place to sleep, is it really love? We know that these animals, we know that our plants, we know that our phones have a proper way of being taken care of. And just saying that we love it or we care about it is not enough. We need to be able to identify what the needs are of that thing. And a lot of us are getting into relationships, especially romantically, not identifying our needs, not understanding what love really means for us. And this is why so much the concept of self love is being pushed out, because if you don't know how to love yourself, it's difficult to have someone else know how to love you. Because when they ask you what you need, you don't know what you need. And that is so dangerous because every human has different needs, and every human wants to be loved in a certain way. And they feel more loved when someone is taking a different action more than the other. What do I mean by that? Love languages. Some people feel more loved when they spend quality time with you, when they're able to sit with you, and when you're just able to be near each other. And other people feel more loved when they're receiving a gift or they're able to just receive a physical item. And a lot of people say that as like vain or that's not right, but that's how someone wants to be loved. And we have to respect that with everyone, with everyone. But the danger of someone just saying that they love you, because how many times has someone said they loved you and then over time, especially romantically, proved that that was not true in their actions? How many times does someone say they loved you and then they lied to you? How many times does someone say I loved you but they were trying to manipulate you, guilt trip you? How many times did someone say they loved you but never asked what you actually needed? They never got to really know you, to really understand you in order to give you what you need. And this is why I disagree so much when parents say that they love their child, but they never get to really know their child's personality, and they never just ask their child, what do you need from me? Because how egotistical is it of us to assume what someone else needs all the time? And how egotistical is it to love someone in our way instead of trying to meet them halfway and understand, what do you need? How can I be better for you? How can we be better for each other? How egotistical. Like, oh, I put a roof over your head, I paid for everything, and I did this for you, so I love you. But you never got to really know that child. You never really not got to know that kid. A lot of our parents have fallen victim to this paradigm of physically taking care of us. They know that we need to eat, we need to sleep, we need clothes, we need to go to school. They know these basic things, but emotionally, we needed things from them. And they didn't always ask us, how can I show it better for you emotionally? What's not making you feel good? What would make you feel better? These are basic emotional intelligence. And a lot of us are not practicing it, and a lot of us are not aware of it. So take the weight that you're placing on someone saying they love you, or saying they will love you, or saying they're going to take care of you. Take the weight off of that. Keep it in mind, but see how they're treating you, and see if they're actually interested in knowing who you are. Because in them knowing who you are, they can also have a better anticipation of what you need, regardless of asking you. And I know for me, I don't want to be in the captivity of anyone who is assuming that their way of loving me is best. I don't want to be held hostage and in bondage to the way you're treating me, when I know that there's always a person or place or thing that's going to love me in the way I need to be loved. I feel loved by trees. I feel loved when I go by water. I feel loved by the sunlight. I feel loved by the people closest to me. I experience love in so many different ways. And love to me is consideration. Love to me is about compassion. Love to me is about commitment. And there's so many different facets and ways in life where I'm experiencing those things, where my needs are being taken care of, and not in a sense of I'm owed and entitled to people's love, whereas it's natural and it's just given to me based on our relationship and the way that the relationship is balanced and mutual. So I don't need to perform or earn anyone's love, or the tree's love, or the sunlight's love. I just feel loved. I feel loved by the universe. I feel loved by people. And I don't want to be in bondage to one specific person's way of loving me. I want them to be interested in getting to know me and understand me, to love me in the way that makes sense for me. I want to be loved as natural, in a sense, as those trees love me, and as the sunlight, and as the water, and as the grass, and as just everything in the universe. I want to be loved in that way, where it's almost like it's like an innate understanding of what is required. And like it doesn't feel like I have to ask and have something overextend to love me. That's what I'm trying to get at, where it feels natural, where I don't want to be captive, and I also don't want to be a beggar, in a sense of like, love me in this way. I like forcing someone. I want that someone to be able to understand and apply and be able to do it naturally, in a way where it's not contradicting with their own soul and what they want to do. I urge you to get into alignment with someone that is seeking to love you a certain way, but also where it's not forced, where you don't have to beg them, and you don't have to make them your captive and hold them hostage. And you need to love me. It needs to be you, and you need to do it a certain way. We have to be able to take our ego out of it and really tap into our spirits, and our spirits understand that love doesn't have to come from this person. It doesn't have to. There's always going to be something else in the universe that's going to offer me that love. And all I have to do is acknowledge what love is to me, and then align with that thing. Romantic love is something that a lot of us crave, but we have to understand that there are multiple channels of receiving that love romantically. It's not going to come from the person that you think it's going to come from. And we don't have to force or do a love spell or pray for this person to change. We just have to align with the right people, and we have to show up as our best self, who can be loving. And I've had a very complex relationship when it comes to my own self-love. I've talked about it in multiple videos, where it's sometimes harder for me to offer myself compassion. And I'm acknowledging that that is a need of mine, compassion. I need someone to understand my humanity. I'm a human, and to not judge me for the ways that I show up in every given moment. I'm always doing my best with what I've been given, and I want someone to show up for me in that way, where they're meeting me on the level of where I am that day at that moment. And not in a sense of me, being like me being almost evil or a negative force in their life, but just in a sense of when, I'm just not feeling as good. I'm feeling kind of sad, or I'm feeling more angry. and where they're able to just step in and just meet me there. And I want to be able to do the same for other people and let it be mutual. And I talk about a lot about parasitic relationships where one person is benefiting and the other isn't. And I think you get caught up in that dynamic where you are trying to love someone and you're loving, 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 and you're doing what you know they like, but they never ask you what you like and you're never receiving from them. So being parasitic is in a sense of they are relying off your love, off your validation, off of your comfort, and you're not able to receive any of that in the way that you need. And I think that's all I have for this video. I really appreciate you for watching this to the very end. If you made it to this part in the video, I want you to comment in the comments down below what you thought. And also, I want you to comment the word freedom. So that lets me know that you made it to the very end. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those amazing, beautiful things. I will definitely see you guys in my next video. See you later.